Hey, hello, hi. My name is Andrew Childs, and this is Mira May.
Hello.
And you're watching Call Me After, the Call Me Mother review show. And this week we have Mya Foxx as well as Pepper.
Hey. Hi.
Going into this season, I was already very excited to see that Pepper was going to be on. I have seen you from last year when you came to visit Valerie when she was doing her Call Me Mother shows. And seeing that you were on there, you're such an encouraging and very positive person. And it's translating so much even in just these first two episodes. And I just want to give you a huge amount of love because you give so much love to everybody else.
Yes. Yeah. And like, honestly, when I heard that you were on, because obviously word goes around, I was like, yes, absolutely. This is like one of the people who I would like love to see on a TV show. So I was very excited. And then we get to like see amazing people we don't know about, like Mya. So
yeah. And I want you to know, Mya, I fully discounted you for the promo look, but episode 1 and now episode 2, I'm like, I am in love with Mya.
Reading her.
It's just like there's 15 of you. I was like, oh, it's so much stimulation. And now I'm like, oh, Mya.
20 seconds into this interview and we're already reading Mya.
It's fine. It's fine. Listen, I knew going into it, I was like, ain't nobody gonna know who I am, right? I'm like from out in the middle of nowhere in Halifax, and people don't even know there's Dragon Atlantic Canada. So I was like, I knew that I had to step it up and show off what I can do, and I'm happy. I think like everybody has seen that in the first 2 episodes, so they know me now.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll get into your look later too, but that look, wow, really solidified how much I loved you because it was just so perfectly encapsulated in so many ways.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would love to ask you guys a question though. Like, obviously a lot of people know like what the Drag Race announcement's like, where it's like this huge thing, but I don't think a lot of people know about the Call Me After or the Call Me Mother. Sorry, I was looking at our name. The Call Me Mother experience is like. So what was the like reception like from the cast announcement to the first episode and now to the second episode? What's it been like for you two?
Yeah.
Well, like me personally, all I do is drag. Like I don't really have a daytime gig. So when I disappeared, people were suspicious of like what I might be doing and such. So there was like inklings. So when it was finally announced, it was a little more like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what she was up to. I get it now. But the reception has been amazing because I used to live in Toronto and St. Catharines, and so all those people got to like see it and they reached out and congratulated me and stuff. So it's really nice to know that there's folks kind of like all across Canada like going, hey, I know that queen.
Yeah.
So it is fun.
You have to come up with these elaborate lies as to where you're going. And my partner is in the military. And at the time when I went to go film, he was actually on deployment in Europe. So I was like, I'm going to go visit Francois in Romania like for a month. And, it's going to be great. And it was actually the perfect lie because it matched up with everything. But then he got to leave to come back home momentarily. So he was home for a week while I was filming. And everybody's like, wait a minute, why is Francois home and Mya is not? Anyway, people started figuring it out at that point, but
me and my partner called it rehab. Whenever someone was like, where were you? I was like, rehab. And that would just stop the conversation right
there. All right, to the future kings, things, and non-binaries and queens and all above, just say rehab.
And make sure your partner doesn't get leave for literally a few weeks because then your entire life falls apart.
For real.
So at the top of the episode, we have the Drag Vantage Challenge, and we find that there's going to be 3 winners for this Mother and Me doll makeover situation. You had 15 minutes and probably the ugliest dolls in the world. How did that feel?
Girl. Oh, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So they, of course, like, Dallas says it, and then they pause, and the producers come out and explain what were like the rules of everything, and we were like, okay, and then they're like, and you have 15 minutes, and we were like, okay, wait, what? So that was like real, like the panic and the like tossing of chaos was all actually happening.
Totally. Like sometimes you see on the show and they're like, oh, you have an hour for this, but we have more time. This was like actually 15 minutes. And so we were at the same table. It was me, Pepper, and Jesse. And like we have like, you'll see, we're like bond, like sisters for life, like immediately first day in the workroom. We were like or in the mothership, I should say. We're painting next to each other the whole time. So like you're always gonna see the three of us. Anyway, but we were set up at the table and there was just like crap. Like pipe cleaners, like little pom-pom things, like 15 different types of, whatever.
Yeah, like a dollar store just threw up on the table pretty much.
Literally. And then they had glue guns plugged in for us, but then we were just like grabbing whatever was available. And I remember me and Pepper kept stealing the glue guns from Jesse, so Jesse had to go onto the floor to complete the look. It was stressful. It was very intense. But it was stupid as hell. It was fine.
I was so confused at first too because they like unveiled the bras and I was like, do they have to like make dolls out of bras? Like,
I was very confused by that. I mean, thank you very much for the $750 Wonder Bra, but like, what was going on?
So weird.
But we got boobs. Yay!
We did get the boobs.
We got boobs.
I know. I was like, damn, I want a chest piece. Like, please.
Yeah, that's the big perk of going to Call Me Mother. Aaliyah's Closet will hook a diva up.
Yeah.
So
I'm a no boob queen, but if you give me a free breastplate, I'll take it and I will wear it.
Honey, and they're like good quality. That was another thing that gave me away. I came home all of a sudden from Europe with a breastplate.
And a Karen wig.
Your partner, like, what are you guys up to over there? I was like,
You're like, it was a present.
Something new.
Did you get an option of choosing the density or the size of it all, or was it just kind of thrown at you?
I remember them asking, they were like, would you prefer a heftier like bosom, or are you more of like a B cup kind of girl? And I was like, bring it on, just give me titties. What I was impressed with was it actually matched my skin tone.
Yeah.
Because I'm that in between, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, y'all like worked
They really
me
did.
out.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah, even seeing Michaela's, it was very like they color matched it so well for the both of you, which was really nice to see.
Yeah,
iconic.
And Weeby won the challenge, and I believe Weeby planned on donating their Wonder Bras to a local women's shelter in Vancouver.
Okay, that's iconic.
That's
really sweet.
I was a little curious. I mean, especially because Stoney ended up winning also. I was curious how the Kings and non-binary performers would be taking this and their winnings. I wasn't necessarily overly happy with the fact that it was just bras, especially when you're trying to do a very inclusive show.
I was wondering if they had like underwear or something.
Well, I think it was like a $750 like gift certificate for the company, and I think Wonder Bra also makes like Spanx. And they make undergarments and things like that. Like, obviously, they're known for bras, but I think they have other products too.
That's what I assumed. I assumed they had other stuff that they'd be able to use.
So Wonder Bra, if you're watching this, get Mya Foxx that endorsement right now. She just sold a lot.
Yeah, her business suit on and everything. Look, she's ready.
Yeah.
So yes, we end up getting Weeby, Michaela, and Stoney Mac, who end up winning the $750 each, which is very iconic, especially for Call Me Mother. This is like, they're really coming through with the prizes and the gifts this year. Dallas Dixon ends up letting us know that for the family runway and for the family showcase, you'll be performing to Walking on Sunshine.
I don't even remember them saying that a family talent. No, they did say family talent show, but they were like, do whatever. Like, here's the song. They're like, you can dance, you can lip sync, you can do a skit, you can do stand-up comedy. Like,
that was one of my questions.
Yeah.
Because there was no lip syncing or very little lip syncing being done. So I was quite curious. Was this specifically like a choreo challenge? Was this like a lip sync challenge? I was very curious.
They did keep it very vague in a way. They were like, you have to use, I think it was like 30 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
But we had like a minute and a half on stage. So we could insert that 30 seconds of the song anywhere into whatever we were doing, and we could use whatever part of the song we wanted. So it was really left up to us to create something.
I saw on Twitter too. I saw on Twitter too, like someone said to Michaela, like, oh, like what was this challenge supposed to be? And her and like Jenna were like, we have no idea. We're still waiting to find out.
No, for real.
Yeah, no idea. I think they just wanted to see, they wanted to give us an opportunity because we were in new houses, right? And we're meeting people from all over Canada that we've never worked with before. So I think they just kind of wanted to see how we could mix and mingle and create something.
Yeah.
We find out that Fahrenheit is back as an auntie, but we also find out the iconic, the winner of season 3 of Dragula, Landon Slider, is back. Well, not back, is in the building.
Yeah.
What was that like? Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with Landon. What was that like?
Incredible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we had like an inkling that, there would be a new judge on the panel. But I mean, we had no idea who it was going to be.
Yeah, they were really good at keeping things hush hush. They really were. They kept us in the dark. Like the reactions you saw were actual reactions.
Totally.
Yeah.
We also get the salon team coming back, and we have Lucinda Mew with the fucking waist and his wig zaddy looking hot as fuck as ever.
I stand
I
both
have
them
the
so hard.
biggest crush on Wig Zaddy. Like Wig My Baby Zaddy. Oh my god. He is so just the everything.
Yeah.
And the accent, and he's always like, yeah, I've got some wigs up on, I got some shake and goes up on the website. First few people who get it. Yeah, but they're, oh my gosh, Lucinda's waist, the look. I was like, again, walking in the workroom, just serving these, right? Yeah.
They said, we gotta let these bitches know. And they did. It was iconic.
And you guys obviously got to collaborate with them, which is really cool. What was that like creative process like for you guys?
It was good. It was good. Like for that particular challenge, because there was like, I can't do math. How many? 12? 12 of us? There was 12 of us. They kind of used our stuff and vamped it up.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that was really cool to like collaborate in that way. Like I have this, what can we do with that kind of thing? I just felt so bad. That blonde wig with the pink. Oh my God. That was the crustiest, nastiest wig. I swear to God. I wasn't even planning on bringing it, but my husband was like, take everything, just take everything. Yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. And when Harmony was like, let's all be blondes, I pulled out my blonde hair and Shady was like, I'll wear this. And I was like, are you sure?
And then Wig Zaddy, who makes these beautiful, like, masterpiece wigs, comes in and is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's what happened to me. I don't know if you caught that. That was like,
yes.
I cannot. So this wig, okay, the wig that I showed,
Mary J. Blige.
a Mary J. Blige wig. Okay, and that went on forever, okay? So we pulled the Mary J. Blige wig out, and he said, no, I don't like that. And I looked at him and I said, well, I don't want no drama. And I started sighing. And I was like, and it's going to be a family affair for this challenge, right? And it just like went on and on and on. It was this huge
wait.
But this wig is like famous in Halifax, okay?
Yeah.
So my drag mother bought me this wig, and I love a bus driver wig. And not to necessarily perform it, but I just love having it on, like, to and from the gig. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things.
Literally would just randomly throw it out. Like, we would be, like, just in the mothership, and just suddenly there's Maya in the bus driver wig, just wandering around doing stuff.
This is the wig from Valerie last season. She had a pink wig that Rosie would wear, like, on episode 1. It was just, like, her bus driver.
Yeah. No, it's brutal. And I know the wig is horrible, but it's just like, it's so ugly, it's amazing.
I think it's cute.
I think it's so
Girl,
cute.
you go into any wig shop and that shit's in like the clearance bin all over.
My drag mother,
Man.
when I got home from the show, my drag mother was like, you better not have took that wig to set. And I just looked at her. I said, just wait. And she was hosting a viewing party in Halifax last night. And somebody FaceTimed me when this was going on. And she just like lost it. But anyway,
That's
that wig
so funny.
is an icon. It is the 16th member of
The moment.
Mother cast. Yes.
Yeah. Which house is the wig in?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think its own house. I think it's its own entity. It really is.
It's actually on the judges panel.
Yeah.
It's the House of
Butterfly.
Daddy. Oh, not the butterfly. Not the butterfly. We tried to avoid it so much.
That's not going to make the YouTube video.
No, that will make the video.
That's not going to make the YouTube
It
edit.
will. All right, so we get to the family runway, and we start off with the House of Dulcet. Firstly, it is just in a bit with the lovely black and white photo. And when I saw this look, I loved it so much, and I was very offended personally when Crystal said that that writing was not enough.
I mean, I agreed with Crystal.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
They
I'm still
like got
offended.
into it on the stage, not like into it, but like Justin, like Crystal said something. Justin, I think, came back and said like, you know, I wanted it to look like handwriting or whatever, right? And that was kind of the style it was written in. And then Crystal was like, well, no, it needs to be elevated. Like, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Following up, we have Mya Foxx doing her indigenous look. And the way that you did this was just so beautifully done to come from just like that simple photo of like your grandmother to adding so many furs and textiles and the chains, even like you said, like that's not actual, but it is drag and elevated. And even when you got the critique, I think it was Peppermint, no, it was Barbada, that you were tripping on your dress. I thought you were doing that like with intent, like let me pick this beautiful thing up.
I
and
thought
then
you were
walking
falling
forward.
over on purpose.
Not the
That's
falling
what you
over on
just said.
purpose.
Seriously, seeing that gown live was breathtaking. Like, honestly, breathtaking. Like,
Yeah.
I know HD, blah, 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 yada, 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 but no, standing in front of her, it was epic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I'll say like as a mixed person, I know it's like difficult a lot of the time to claim your heritage, especially if you're mixed white. You can often feel like you're stepping on toes. And like Mira, my drag was completely made to like reclaim my like Latin heritage. So I so appreciate seeing someone like walk on stage and like be unapologetically themselves and their like culture and stuff. So I loved it. It was amazing.
That was like a very, you know, personal runway, obviously, and it's very emotional. And like Mira, what you said, you know, as a mixed person and like knowing, you know, like how much space do you occupy? And like, you know, I know for a lot of people, it's like, you know, I read white and I saw a couple comments on YouTube, like there's no indigenous people on this season. I was like, well, just wait. But yeah, it's, you know, like the history is like my great grandmother that I referenced on the show. You know, she was born in Labrador, and when she was like a young girl, like 10, 11 years old, was sent to work as a live-in servant for a white family, and of course wasn't paid and was abused, and, you know, went through all of these different things, and that obviously had an impact on our family. And unfortunately, you know, not all of the culture was kind of lost, you know what I mean? She, you know, no longer spoke the language afterwards, and there was all of these kinds of things. So, you know, that being said, we still held on to that heritage, and, you know, it's kind of stood the test of time through the generations. And I really wanted to take that experience and show, you know, some beauty in it, you know, and take it back to tradition. And, you know, what it's based on is a garment called an emotsi, which is a typical, typically a jacket that an Inuk woman would hold her child in. And it's basically to hold them tight and, you know, keep warmth in and all of that kind of stuff. So I took that, I wanted to, you know, revamp that and make it into a gown. Yeah, it was definitely, you know, a big process, but it meant a lot. And I think I remember saying this on set, like, I don't think I have ever felt as beautiful or powerful as when I had that look on. And it was just, I didn't realize it was going to happen, but as soon as it was just, boom, it filled my heart. So I'm really happy to, like, I don't know, have such a good response from it.
Following up, we have Amara with her pageantry look.
This fucking bitch is so every time I see her fucking beat, I'm like, are you? Because like in picture, like her cast picture, I was like, okay, like she's beautiful, but in motion,
Yeah.
I'm sure in person it's even more like
She's a seductress.
No, it's over with her face.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good.
So good.
I want to be Maya when I grow up, or Amara when I grow up, or learn at least.
Okay.
And Maya. But yeah, I didn't know that a beat could be that smooth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like her blend,
it's so clean.
She has this very unique niche where she does very blended, very soft makeup, but it's still draggy. You know what I mean? Like there's still impact with what she does.
And lastly, in the House of Dulcet, we have Michaela Couture.
Yes.
Being her own painting.
Again, another person who makes me angry looking at them, just how beautiful and stunning, and her body and her face and how like nice she seems. I'm like, I want to be friends with her so bad. Like, Jesus Christ.
She's incredible. I mean, she's uber talented. Everything you just said, like her face, her body, her performance, all of that kind of stuff. But we, obviously being in the same house, like we had a lot of interaction and stuff like that. But even backstage, we had these little areas called the cubies where they would put us like before we were going to do a shot. And it's supposed to be kind of individual where you're not talking to people, but it's just like a curtain in between.
Literally.
And me and Michaela shared a curtain. So we like threw the curtain up and like we were just kikiing backstage the whole time. And she really is like the sweetest person. And, it's again frustrating because
yeah, it was super weird. I'm the oldest in the competition and she is the youngest, but we had the most in common. Like we just totally clicked and like had our lives were
that's
symmetrical.
So cute. That's so sweet. Yeah. And this look too, I mean, this bitch is bringing the fucking looks this season, right? And the fact that she hand painted the hair. I think Perla did that, right? Yeah.
So moving on to the House of Harmonie, we have the wonderful Pepper doing her pepperoid. I got me some pepperoids. I want you to know the way that I paused on this moment. My boyfriend was in the bathroom and I was like, no. You got to run the fuck back here. I'm rewinding this. And Out TV doesn't have that 30-second rewind. I manually rewound it. I was like, you need to see the artistry that Miss Peppa did, because the second you went clink and like it flashed, I was like, and the hair you brought with this was so good.
Thank you.
Sorry, girl.
Oh my God,
I just smacked her in the face. I'm so sorry.
It's that outfit. It's a funny story. So I did like everything myself because we signed an NDA, and I did ask for help from like local designers, but people were busy, and so I was like, oh, it's fine. I wanted to be like, it'll be on TV, but it's fine. So my original idea was for me to be the photo lab tech person, and I was gonna build a Polaroid machine and pull out the picture, but then I was like, that's not drag enough. I'm like, it needs to be elevated. I came up with this idea the day before I left. So I literally built that outfit in the hotel room while we were sequestered for 3 days before we actually got to set. So when Crystal's like, it looks a little crafty, I'm like, yeah, bitch, it was made about like 10 hours ago. So yeah.
Okay, but I literally lived, because I said to Drew earlier, I was like, I live for like the fact that Call Me Mother isn't supposed to be like fully realized, amazing, perfect drag. Like you're literally there to learn and from a mentor. And so I lived for it. I was like, you can tell she made this, or that like her and somebody like really like did this on their own, and I lived for it, and the concept was there, and I did not see the picture coming. So when you pulled that photo out of your punani, I was like,
the best part.
Work, bitch.
Everything.
Oh Lord. And the thing is, the hair was done by a really good friend of mine, Vanity, and she did it right before I left, and she was like, so what do you need this for? And I was like, I don't know, I just felt like big hair. And she was like, okay, bitch.
And she's like, I know what you're doing.
Right? The hair was so long that I had to put the pepperoid across my butt so that you would see it. Not putting two and two together until friggin' Peppermint was like, so I was like, oh God, I'm gonna be a meme. I'm totally gonna be a flipping meme.
You know what? If you have pepperoid, I want it. I hope it spreads easily, because I want it. I don't care if there's a cure or not.
Yeah, give me that flash.
Yeah.
So following that amazing artistry, we have Weeby as the soulless ginger. And I love that this is giving so much horror aspect, and especially to be like right in front of Landon Cider, the horror king himself. I thought that this was so good. And I think that that's just like Weeby's drag in general, is that like very alternative, very like toxic-y kind of a drag, and I love it. Not that she's toxic.
I was gonna say Weeby is toxic.
Not that Weeby is toxic.
Confirmed.
Yeah, I would say Weeby is so realized for someone who's been doing drag for as long as she has, because she's a COVID baby. But her drag, the way she wants to present herself is so realized and focused. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
And why is it always the little gingers that have the most amount of energy?
Truly.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
She's like, I know I'm gonna be the one with the big mouth in here, and I was like, yeah, we all do too. Like,
oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, flat.
Yes, and that dress, seeing it live, there was so much material in that dress. The way that thing like flew out and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Stunning.
The way it bounced.
Yeah,
like, so cute. So cute.
And then Miss Shady follows up with her Dia de los Muertos look on Dia de los Muertos, which I think is beautiful, and her birthday. Like, that was so beautiful.
Oh, not them eliminating her on her birthday.
I know, that was the unfortunate thing.
You know what? Do you know what's really, and I don't want to like spoil it, I realized this today on my live. So, well, maybe we should wait to the end. But anyway, you can put this in where you want. But Shady got eliminated on her birthday. And then it was Stoney's birthday the day of the elimination.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
when you filmed it?
Yes.
Work.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's so iconic.
Ooh, that's cursed.
They said, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all's birthdays. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. Okay, but I'm sure as two Latinas, the two of us, I love Dios de los Muertos. Sugar skulls, I'm always like, don't you fucking, like, I was literally like to people like, oh, I'm gonna do a sugar skull. I was like, are you Latin though? So I'm very protective of it because, you know, it's kind of been bastardized by white people.
Shady was very dedicated to the competition as well. Like, I mean, she was showing us some of the things that she had prepared for future challenges and like, even like the details, like her jewelry, her nails, like she spent coin on the competition.
Yeah, she had nails for every outfit. Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
But she'll have them in photographs and everybody will gag over it online. So,
And everyone, to everyone who's watching this, go follow her socials, go give her some love, truly, and Stoney as well. They deserve it.
And lastly, for the House of Harmonie, we have Je ne sais pas with her double negative photos. And I saw online she had some sunglasses for it, but they never were able to make it onto the show, unfortunately. But I think that would have helped with that one critique of like, have it in your hair, just like have it somewhere else to like bring her eyes.
She could have done like a hairband, put her hair up, and then have it like sticking out of like a bun or something. But like, I like the look a lot. It was giving Simone's entrance look from season 13. Yeah. But like a good, but like yes, a reference almost, but still her own interpretation. She looked beautiful, like so pretty.
Oh, and Jenna can paint. Jenna is a very good painter.
It was very. I felt it was very couture, like very fashion show kind of thing. So I do agree that if the element of the negative was placed somewhere else, it would have been more drag. But I felt like it just walked off like the Dior runway or something. Like that's how it looked to me. It was stunning.
Yeah.
Moving on to the glass holes, we have Seance being the first out, wearing the picture frame of all of her siblings. And the way that she did this, I absolutely loved. And the way her mind works, I want more.
Y'all look like you have a story.
There's a story to this look, and I'm sure she won't mind us sharing this.
Oh, yeah.
So Seance, I don't know if you noticed it, but when they did the walkthrough, obviously, like, the thing wasn't done, right? So she didn't know who was going to be in her house, so she had to go back and paint and all this kind of stuff. And we filmed this episode over, like, 2 or 3 days, I forget now.
Yeah.
But that night in the hotel room, she started working on the garment and used spray paint in an enclosed space and literally poisoned herself in the hotel room before and had to be rushed to the hospital.
Straight up. Yeah.
So Seance was up all night at the hospital getting sick, all this kind of stuff. So we all showed up to set the next day, like when it was ready, like performance day. And
none of y'all know.
What's going on? Yeah.
And she showed up like 2 hours later, like, and she looked like she went through it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then literally threw on a face, got in her outfit, and was on stage in probably like an hour. Yeah, I would say it was crazy.
And killed it.
Crazy. Yeah.
After Seance, we have Stoney as the gothy teen.
Stoney's makeup I find so inspiring. Just the way she sculpts, or they sculpt their face, and the use of gray and white, like I find it so inspiring. But there was a comment that the outfit wasn't storytelling enough. Like it didn't have the, like you got it, but it needed that little extra element. Like personally, I think if she had like a giant Christmas sweater, like over top of that for no apparent reason, like the parents put her in a Christmas sweater and like made her be in the picture, like would have sealed the deal. But I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Stony is so hot out of drag. I'm so so attractive. Oh my god, they're just so attractive. I'm like, damn, there's some hot people on this season. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
totally.
So many of you. I'm like, oh, great, cool, love you.
Can we pause? Okay, a little left field, but first episode, Newfoundland. I'm sorry, he left the room in that like yellow thing and then came up at a G-string. I was like, girl.
Yeah.
I had to refocus. I had to snap myself back. I was like, we're here to work.
Yeah, you were like 3 days. You're like 3 days in that hotel was too long.
You're like, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Right? Oh, child.
Not watching
I had
them
to
leave.
snap out of it. Yes.
Following up, we have Phoenix as a rebellious supervillain. And this one, I wish I got a little bit more context to. To me, it just felt as if it was an outfit that they had and wanted to wear and then threw some pigtails on it.
Giving Kennedy Davenport
Amazon bit. Yeah.
to raid like this session. I love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like it was fierce. Like every
So
single
fierce.
piece
Yeah.
of the outfit was.
Oh, yes. Those gloves. Oh,
Phoenix is another one that like spent coin this competition
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. Like the looks at like
That first-
level.
the
can we
first
talk about
runway?
Phoenix's exactly the first one?
Oh my
Oh.
god, bitch. So I'm backstage with Phoenix and we're like in line with each other. And I turn to her and I'm like, this is artistry. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you find this? And she's like, oh, it's from Milan. My outfit? You know when Urban Planet went out of business? That pattern, it was, no, seriously, it was a shirt with a ruffle and a pair of pants. I bought 20 of them, cut the fuck up, and then made that outfit. So she was like, where's your outfit from? It's cute. And I'm like, Urban Planet. And she was like, good luck, honey. Good luck.
Oh my.
yeah. And lastly, for the glass holes, we have Jessie Precious as an 80s woman with the picture wallet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, stunning. Stunning. Seeing that
She
outfit,
looked
it just,
hot.
yeah, it sculpted her body.
Yeah.
Like, it was so just polished and pretty. And, oh, and that hair, that big ass
Yeah.
hair. I was like, I'm rolling. She was my cubby partner. So we were side by side. And I saw that hair before she wore it. And I was like, bitch, if that go missing, don't be looking at me.
Yeah. She looked so cute, and the volume she got from the tulle.
Like
She
so
looked just,
thought out.
yeah, she looked stunning. Really,
Yeah,
really
no.
pretty.
So the House of Dulcet ends up with 32 out of 40 points. The Harmonie House is 30 out of 40. And lastly, the glass holes are at 29 out of 40. The one thing that I noticed that was the biggest change from this year to last year is the winner doesn't get that extra time bonus. Because this is where we got that infamous meme of Valerie Hunt just sleeping, where because she didn't get that extra time bonus. So I think that this is a little bit more evenly spread out this year for the competitors, having everybody just like go back, everybody work on this. We want the best out of the best product to come from this.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like they like worked out the kinks and kind of stuff like that. And they really wanted to display our artistry at its highest point. Like they want to make sure that we felt prepared to give a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely felt like taken care of by production, if that makes sense. Like, obviously it's a reality show. Like, you know, they have to work with storylines. There's people got to go home. Like, there's stuff that happens.
Yeah.
But it never felt like they were there, like, trying to put us in a situation that would, you know, cause unnecessary drama, put us in a spot where we're going to look bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's if there was, like, concerns on set or whatever, they were there for us. And I think, like, this is one of the things that they probably realized, like, why are we giving this house who's already ahead more of an advantage and putting unnecessary stress on other people, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very that. So the scores after the family talent show end up being fairly even across the board, with the Harmony getting 31 points, whereas the other two houses ended up getting 30, essentially leaving the house placements the same from earlier. So unfortunately, we have to send two people home, one from the Glass Holes and one from Harmony. And unfortunately, with that comes Stony Mac leaving, as well as Miss Shady. this is not, again, this is probably the most disheartening aspect of this show, is sending not only just one person home, but sending multiple people home. And both of these people have such amazing talent. If you live in Saskatoon or get the opportunity to see Stoney Mac, I highly recommend it. And the same thing with Miss Shady. I am so excited to have her here in Calgary. Whenever that opportunity comes, I want to be there for this queen because she is amazing and deserves so much love.
Totally.
Yes. Honestly, especially like because it was near the beginning and stuff, and we all saw, I think we all saw each other's threats. Like everyone saw everyone's strengths and stuff. But Stoney, I was like, and I was gagged, and at that point, I was like, any one of us could go at any second.
Totally.
Like no one, there is no safety blanket here. Like the axe will drop at any moment.
Yeah,
And
I made it very real.
And Pepper, you were like on stage, standing there, and you're like, my name could fully be called. Were you like, did you feel like you were gonna be going home, or did you feel like, oh, I think I'm okay? Did you have any inkling of what was gonna happen?
Honestly, it was just a whirlwind of emotions. Like your mind just races through all the things, you know what I mean? I was like, no, I was fierce, that was great. Oh my god, but I screwed that up. Oh my god, my earring fell off. Oh my god, they're gonna send me home for this. Oh my god, I did this. Like, you know what I mean? Like your mind is just, I really had no idea, especially after Stoney, because Stoney got eliminated first before Shady, and we were all on stage. Like Harmony was on stage for that, and Shady or Stoney, we were like, all of us were just like, what is happening right now? And like seeing the heartbreak in Stoney was such a fear. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, oh my god, is that about to be me? Kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, it was such a blinding moment of emotion that I really didn't know where I was within the thing. Like I felt like I got good comments, and after watching it, I was like, damn, I'm cute. I was like, right? So I was like, it must have like it went over okay. So yeah, but in the moment, I was like, any one of us could go.
Pepper, I've been a fan obviously for a long time, and Maya, I'm so excited this show and like now this opportunity to speak has introduced us, and I like stan you even harder than I did after watching the episode. So I'm just really excited to get to chat with both of you, and like all the best on like the crazy next few weeks of however much longer you're on the TV. If you're going all the way, if you don't, who cares? You're both amazing artists. I hope you get all the bookings, all the deals, all the like random ads on TikTok, all the followers from this, and I hope you guys blow up and go viral.
All the Freddy photos.
Yes, the Freddy photo shoot.
Oh, that's
Thank you so much.
right. That it really does mean the world. Like I don't know. I live in a bit of a bubble and such, and just to hear like that it is touching people and people are smiling. Like that, if I can make one person smile out there, then I feel like I did my job. And to know that like I'm making you beautiful people smile makes us feel real good.
Oh my
right?
god, absolutely. And I know that sounds corny as hell, but it's the truth. It really, really is. Like, I mean, I think like when we start doing drag, it's like, you know, you have an interest in whatever it is, whatever type of performance you're in, or makeup or hair or whatever. And then when you start connecting with people and you meet these friends and acquaintances, and then you start realizing like you're having an impact on people, and whether that's, you know, having a great performance or having a great look or inspiring somebody in some way. I mean, like, we're so fortunate to be able to do that and like have this cool opportunity right now. And I mean, like, honey, we're gonna be all over the place. Like, Pepper's coming to Halifax in a couple weeks. I'm here in Edmonton. Like, we're doing the thing. So yeah, I'm just excited to meet as many people as I can, honestly.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
My name has been Andrew Childs. This has been Mira May, and you can make sure that you follow those two divas right below, Mya Foxx _HFX and thepepper.1. Thank you very much for both attending today and taking the time out of today and your traveling plans to be here with both of us, so that way we could ask you a few questions and get some side perspectives. It's very nice to get to know you, both Maya and Pepper, and get to know you further than what we get to see just on TV. You're both fantastic, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Totally.